You know, I consider myself an artist, where the content I make online is my art. This video you're watching right now, art. Me saying on stream that Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's is hot, art. And if you were wondering if I had an ego, I hope after that there's no more confusion on the matter. The answer is yes. Hi again, guys, and like any good artist, I'm very judgmental and put everybody around me down because it makes me feel better about myself. That's not a critique of artists, it's just me projecting. And if you think about it, fandoms on the internet are just a bunch of creatives making works about the shit they like, hence the term fan art. But visual art is just one type, and another is literature. Something like fan fiction, I might say. And on the internet, I can't think of many fandoms bigger than Dreams. Seriously, I have gotten so much mileage off it. I'll clarify at the start like I do with most of these videos. Whatever the title is, major clickbait. I lied on purpose. I blew it out of proportion so good it came in 10 seconds flat. If I'm at least a little mean in the title thumbnail, you're a lot more likely to click on the video. So today, I want to take a critical look and analyze some Dream fan fiction very seriously and very academically. I want to use all the shit I was made to practice in high school English class and use it on something that might actually make money. Before we get into that though, I need you to know that half of you watching aren't subscribed, which just breaks my heart. Subscribe with notifications on, or I'll tear yours out of your chest. In a very polite way, of course. I have manners. There are a few sites I could grab fanfictions from. The one I read the most is Archive of Our Own, AO3, and it's the best one, don't lie. But Wattpad is like the place to write fanfiction about real people, so I'm mostly gonna pull from there. And even though I literally just said I wasn't gonna take from the archive, if I'm making a video on Dream fanfiction, I really can't do it with any amount of integrity if I don't at least mention heat waves. Of fanfiction on real people, this is the only one that I know by name. It has easily made the biggest waves. Ha! This fic got covered by the likes of Polygon. It had gotten so popular so fast that when the site it was hosted on crashed, people thought it was because a new chapter was posted. That didn't end up being the case, but people didn't think that for no reason. This bitch is very notable for how far it's gone. Apparently the author of the fanfiction didn't want it getting waved lol into the faces of the people it was about, but that didn't really matter because it got trending on Twitter anyways. And that left the guy who writes the trending descriptions on Twitter to explain to the wider world what the fuck that was about. Fans look at Chapter 10 of Heat Waves, a fanfiction about a relationship between content creators Dream and George Not Found. God, that's gotta be put in a syllabus in some college class. Arguably, this fanfiction partly contributed to the song Heat Waves by Glass Animals becoming as big as it is. Not entirely, like that thing has almost a billion streams, but you know what I'm saying. People were freaking out when they found out Dream was playing that damn song on his Spotify. On Archive of Our Own, I'd say you're more likely to find well-written fanfiction than other places, and while I'm not gonna analyze the content of Heat Waves like I would the other fic I'm mentioning today, I'm not just mentioning it to mention it. There is a point, and that point is the sheer reach this fic has had in more than just numbers that I just went into gory detail in. On the topic of fanfiction being written on real people, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it. It definitely has the potential to be invasive and weird to the folks who are the subject matter, but there's definitely levels to that and better ways to go about it than others. And with that Dream circle of people specifically, it's a little different for multiple reasons, because not only are there fictional versions of them that get written about in the Dream SMP universe, but there's also that Dream himself seems to be pretty at ease with the idea of fanfiction being written about him. If the fact that he's acknowledged the existence of heat waves in the past, saying he's read it, and reaching out directly to the author to compliment their writing ability is any indication, and also because I don't really have to worry about signal boosting anything we're talking about today to a larger audience than it already has. Like for example, the main piece of literature we're looking at today is called Area Codes, and it has 6.3 million views. That's more views than the most popular video I've ever made. This fanfiction has more influence than anything I've produced in my life. It's hard to be mad about because managing to do that is just impressive, and I'd rather just be jealous instead. Before anything else, shout out to the author for their Hard Rock Nick profile picture. Fucking phenomenal. This novel is a self-insert that some people would call a social media or chat fic. If you don't know what that is, it's basically fanfiction that's told through simulated text messages. It's in the format of something like Discord or Twitter DMs or some bullshit, and a self-insert is very explainable. You insert yourself as the main character. And the premise of the fic itself lends to that format pretty well. The title, Area Code, comes from that Dream is trying to text his boy Sapnap. But when he's typing in his number, he puts in his local Florida area code instead of the one that Sapnap, aka Nick, actually gave him. Dipshit move, gotta say. And you, the protagonist, happen to have the same number as Nick with that Florida area code. I don't know if this meeting someone by texting the wrong number trope originated from this fanfiction, but it's the most popular example of it I found. And there are like a shit ton of other Dream-related fanfictions that use some form of this as their inciting incident for the story to happen. Elise was trying to send some funny fetish to her friend when she types the wrong number into. Little did she know the person on the other side of the messages would change her life forever. He was just trying to get his friend on Discord. She was just trying to bake cookies. An accidental text to the wrong number gave Alex and Rory the best opportunity. opportunity they could have asked for. Those are just like the summaries of 2 fics I grabbed that were at the top of most popular. This seems like a weirdly common premise, so let's dig a little deeper into this and see where the story actually ends up going. My immediate criticism is that these texts are way too jovial for 2 schmucks who just met by texting the wrong number. Maybe I'm just cynical and jaded, but the majority of my wrong number texting experiences have just been fending off sex bots who have the shittiest pre-written responses imaginable. Just listen to some of this. Wait, OMG, Nick and I have the same number? Watch me text every single area code to find him? Please don't do that, I beg. So why does Nick have to wake up? Is he your boyfriend or brother or like what? Yeah, Nick and I are madly in love. Have been since we were 12. Aw, that's sweet. How old are y'all now? I'm 21, LMAO. Wait, same? Congrats on 9 years with Nick. That's impressive. Yes, thank you. He's tried to kill me several times. I would say it's decently written banter if these were 2 straight dudes who knew each other long enough to have some visceral homoerotic tension between them. If I texted the wrong number, my first instinct usually would not be to like strike up a conversation. It would be to message the dude who gave me his number and shit on him for getting it wrong. I would not be giving personal details to this person who I do not know. It just kind of personally hurts my immersion in the world. It makes me worried the romance plot is going to be kind of rushed because of this so-called instant connection. I just don't really buy it personally. This fic is like 70 chapters long and it takes an estimated reading time of 3.5 hours, so I'm not going to get through the whole thing. Come on, you guys know I'm not going to put that much effort into videos. But after reading the first few chapters, so far it does seem to be mostly these texting interactions, and while as conversations they do flow pretty well, I have some criticisms to make about the characterization of our self-insert protagonist, because it's very inconsistent. In chapter 2, Dream comments that his most used app is Reddit, which the self-insert character, who I'm going to call Your Name from now on, refers to as the incel app. In chapter 3, Dream and Your Name are going back and forth, joking to each other, trying to guess the other person's name, and after getting it wrong so many times, Your Name says, quote, "Damn it, now I have to look up incel names," in jest to try and figure out what Dream's name is. In chapter 4, Dream and Your Name have the exchange, "Now if you'll excuse me, I'm going to play Minecraft," but not in an incel way, in a super cool guy way. "Have fun, Bartholomew. Make sure to take a fucking shower. Wash off the gamer grease." Note the use of the term gamer grease here. Everything we've seen so far about how the protagonist talks implies they have at least a passing understanding of internet knowledge and lingo, that they are at least 20% degen. They can make that connection between Reddit and incels and use it as a resource to make assumptions about who they're talking to. They associate the words gamer and grease in that order, which is why when we go back to chapter 2 and read an earlier conversation they had with Dream, it just makes absolutely no sense. Please try to hold it together at this very jarring plot hole. I understand it's hard to listen to. Nick is not Pog. Confirmed. What the fuck is Pog? Hold on, I'm Urban Dictionarying the shit. Play of game? What does that even mean? How is Nick not play of game? Answer me, Florida man. Has anybody who lived in Florida ever called someone from Florida a Florida man? Anyways, how are you gonna understand all these relatively terminally online words and then have no idea what Pog is? Pog is practically acceptable to say in public these days. If you include the word Pog on a college essay, your professor will know what it means. My nephew's first word was Pog, which makes it incredibly hard for me to believe that Your Name is just in the fucking dark on this. Wow, I just made a claim, quoted the text as evidence, and explained why my idea was right. If there's any English teachers watching this video, tell me you wouldn't give me an 100 for that. Moving on, Dream is acting all sus, not wanting to share his face, even when he's offered money, and it's at this point we get our first big twist, wherein we find out that the protagonist themselves isn't a fan of the Dream SMP, but rather their roommate is. This makes it even more unbelievable that they've never heard the word Pog before, because I know for a fact that their roommate would be going around the apartment saying it to every slightly fucking positive thing that happens in their life. They'd hear it come out of their little comfort streamer's mouth once, and it would be immediately downloaded to their vocabulary. Anyways, the gist is that they know who Arid is by name, but they've got no idea what the hell a Dream SMP is. One of Your Name's defining quirks is their consistent hate of the British or whatever. You know, it's cool to do these days, but apparently Dream has just been giving Twitter a live play-by-play of what the hell has been happening during the entire conversation. In the past 10 minutes, Number Girl has called Arid attractive, heard her roommate say Tubbo supremacy, made fun of Sapnap's name, and had a breakdown when I told her Arid and Tubbo were British because she hates the British. Update: I have been called Bartholomew a total of 15 times. Sapnap has her number 2. Please save me, I am going to cry. She's making fun of Minecraft. Might I remind the audience she has no idea who I am or even what the SMP is. Gotta say, if she doesn't know who Dream is now, she's about to. Because her roommate's a fan. She's probably almost on Twitter as much as I am. This entire section just comes off as very out of character for Dream to me. That guy is anonymous internet green man number 2. I'm number 1. And he clearly values his privacy, so there's no way after hearing about the roommate who's a fan, he would make that conversation public. Because at that point, the roommate would realize they have not only Dreams, but also Sapnap's personal fucking phone number. Brain dead move, fictional Dream. Oh, and speaking of Sapnap, one point I will give to the author on accuracy is the little fuck up where Dream is trying to type out Sapnap through text, and it keeps auto-correcting to subpoena. Because that shit happened every time I tried tried to type that dingy little username into the script. I physically felt his pain when I was reading those texts. It tore my heart right out of my ribcage. It was so relatable. At the end of the simulated tweet thread, they wrote what I imagine a bot designed to make Tommy Innit tweets would come up with on its like 50th try. It's like if you were trying to make a caricature or parody of Mr. Innit, that these are the exact words you come up with. This American woman sounds terrible. I hate her. God save the Queen. The Rock wished this guy a happy birthday. There's like 65 chapters after that, and if I made a comprehensive review of the entire fanfiction, I'd probably have a new personal record for longest video I've ever made. And on that note, I hope you guys have gotten an enlightening look into some of the biggest dream fanfictions out there. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on, otherwise I'll throw your house into an oncoming tropical storm. Remember, don't go after anyone I talked about in this video, especially in the case of this video. It's meant to be in good fun, and I was genuinely covering these because I find them to be a very intriguing product of modern culture, and the way they are is very interesting to me. It's just like an unexplainable niche of influence. You can follow me on twitch.tv/Kwite, where I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Subscribe to my second channel, Quote, where I post stream highlights. Join my Discord server, discord.gg/Kwite, and follow me on Twitter @Kwite. Anyways, this has been that guy, and I'll see you after I finish reading this fanfiction in my free time for my own personal enjoyment.